Please stand for the flag salute.
United States of America. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mayor. Board of Commissioners public meeting agenda for Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. The time is 7:02. Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, notice of this meeting was published in the November 20th, 2025 issues of the Nutley Sun, the Herald News, and the Star Ledger. A notice of the location was published in the Nutley Sun and the Herald News on February 19, 2026. Copies of said notices have been posted on the Nutley Town Hall Bulletin Board, and a copy is on file in the Municipal Clerk's office. Commissioner Evans.
Here.
Commissioner Tucci.
Here.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Here.
Commissioner Petracco.
Here.
Mayor Kelly.
Present.
All present, Mayor.
Thank you. Minutes, please.
Thank you. We have Board Commissioner meeting minutes for January 20th, 2026 and February 3rd, 2026.
Move it. Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye.
And that's it for minutes.
Thank you. Communications.
Have two this evening. Social welfare permit for Spring Garden School PTO Trick and Tray for Saturday, March 21st, 2026. From 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. at location will be 44 Park Avenue. And the second one is an event application for the Nutley Driving Survivors Annual Walk for Sunday, October 4th, 2026, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. beginning in front of the John H. Walker Middle School.
Move it.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco. Mayor Kelly.
Aye.
And that's it for communication.
Thank you. We have a proclamation on this evening, and I'll read it on behalf of the entire Board of Commissioners. It's a proclamation for Black Balloon Day. Whereas Black Balloon Day is an annual international and national event observed on March 6th to honor and remember individuals who have lost their lives to drug overdoses. It serves as a day of remembrance for families and friends, while also aiming to raise awareness about the opioid epidemic, reduce the stigma surrounding substance disorders, and promote advocacy for treatment and prevention. Whereas substance use disorder affects millions of people and does not discriminate in age, color, race, religion, or region. Whereas according to the National Center for Health Statistics, the NCHS, at the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, 105 million people struggle with drug and alcohol disorder each day. Whereas it is proven that the more we talk about substance use disorder, we help remove the stigma around seeking out help. And whereas the Township of Nutley asks residents to recognize this day, to not only display a black balloon in memory of a lost relative or friend, but also to use the day to open conversations about drug abuse. Now, therefore, it be proclaimed by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that March 6th be declared Black Balloon Day in the Township of Nutley, as we pay solemn tribute to those lost to addiction and also encourage open conversation to support those suffering from addiction. Be further proclaimed that Nutley Public Affairs and Health offers a free substance use disorder resource center for individuals seeking information regarding counseling, rehabilitation centers, emergency, non-emergency, inpatient, outpatient, and self-help hotlines, and mental health assistance. That is the proclamation. Before we move to the ceremony, I want to open it up to the commissioners. The ceremony we have on this for this evening is a solemn ceremony in honor of Black Balloon Day that's put on both by the Department of Public Affairs and Health Department, Public Affairs and Safety, with Commissioner Petracco. So I'll start with Commissioner Evans.
When you were reading, I have a lot of thoughts. It's the simple fact of mental health associated with it. It feels like we should never give up. Survivor grief, balloons. And we can make more. It's crazy. Devastating.
Absolutely, that's something we can consider, especially to showcase the front of the building. The one concern is with the balloons, is environmental concern. We have to come up with a way to release them safely to stay on the right side of the law. But that's part of the reason why we're doing it inside. But we have a year planned for the next Black Balloon Day, so we can certainly try and incorporate the outside aesthetic and also stay on the right side of the law with regard to the fire as well. Or we'll figure something out. We can definitely. Absolutely, yeah. And as soon as we're done with this one, we'll start planning the next one. Make it, each year the ceremony gets better and better, so I'm confident next year will be better. Thank you, Commissioner Tucci.
Yes, I don't want to be redundant, but I just want to thank you, Mr. Trump, Mayor, for how valuable no one anywhere in the world who is immune from that.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
It's an emotional day for many people when you sometimes open up old wounds and recognizing and remembering people who have passed away. It's a solemn day and it's emotional.
Thank you, Commissioner Petracca.
Yes, thank you. Can you guys hear us?
No.
No.
What? A little bit. Nope. No, you can't. You gotta speak more into the phone.
I just like to stand up so you can hear me. First of all, I would like to thank our mayor, and I know Sharon, you take a lot of the lead on this. You guys are godsend to the town and to recognizing these poor families. Unfortunately, drugs, alcohol doesn't discriminate. I have it in my own family. Of course, I buried many close friends and relatives, unfortunately. And it's just, it's a great thing that you guys are recognizing, and it does bring back a lot of open wounds. But I just like to say that I really appreciate you guys doing this. One thing I've learned about any kind of abuse or addiction is that people don't want to be like that. Every day, whatever they're addicted to, they're not living a good life, and it's easy for us who are blessed who have never had an addiction to pass judgment on them and, kind of throw stones at them. But until you're watching your own mother deal with a son or daughter in your household, it's really difficult to say the least. But like my mom used to say to me, and I'll say it to all you, her famous saying, my mother, was where there's life, there's hope, and you can't quit on these people. And I 1 year, Sharon, instead of black balloons, because these people that have been through so much, earn my own, in their own personal life and in their families, you know what? I think they're really angels in heaven. I think those people get a special seat up there. And maybe 1 year to connect some to my phone.
Got it for you guys.
Oh, I'm missing them. Okay, they're behind So,
Okay,
well, you know what, Sean?
good concept now.
You've always been one step ahead. God bless all of you sitting over there, and unfortunately, I shared a lot of pain in that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm not gonna be redundant, but I do want to emphasize that there's a number of reasons this day is important. This day is important so that we don't forget those lives that we've lost to addiction, and everyone has someone in their life that they lost to addiction. It's also to prevent a catastrophe, a tragedy in the future, to reach out to those people, have those courageous conversations, and remind people that help is out there. Help is free, and the reason why we're doing this together is because the police want to help too, but sometimes people are afraid because they're going to get in trouble by the police. The health department is also there to help, and we're not going to go run into the police, even though the police want to help as well. Everyone wants to help. Everyone wants to see everyone see tomorrow and break the shackles of this terrible affliction of addiction. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Sharon Baza for the presentation portion of the Black Balloon Ceremony.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, board. I'm sorry my back is going to be to you, so I can speak to that. Thank you. Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight as we honor all the lives lost to overdose and to support Black Balloon Day. The meaning of Black Balloon Day is a time when people come together to pay tribute to those who have been lost in overdose and have been fighting a stigma due to the disease of addiction. It involves uniting and advocating for overdose prevention. It is a powerful reminder of the importance of supporting an individual's struggle with addiction and working toward a future free from the devastation of overdose deaths. We are here to honor our loved ones, to start conversation about addiction, and to support recovery. Data pertaining to drug overdose in the United States only have statistics from 23 to 24 in the books. But I'm happy to say that overdose-related deaths have declined for all age groups. The Township of Nutley, our Board of Commissioners, and our Mayor support you and pray with you as you travel this journey. You must continue to have hope and know deep in your heart that one day you shall meet your loved one once again. The Nutley Department of Public Affairs and Health does have literature and harm reduction tools along with our Resource Recovery Center, and all are welcome to come by. The white balloons in the back, which I'm going to give to each of our commissioners, represents the hope we must all keep in our hearts. At this time, if everyone would please stand and come and join me in a circle, that is, would like to, for Black balloons. Have a little more of a presentation. Guys, kind of go in a circle. Make a circle. I'm going to stand over here. Over here, yeah. Whoever would like to. You like a balloon? Sammy, let me get you a balloon. No, I have one. Last year, I had a song that most of us knew. This year, it's a little bit different. I did pick a song that was by Ed Sheeran. So some of you may not know the words, so I've given to you on the sheet. What's bolded in red is what you'll be hearing. So. In me. I wish I said I love you before the final day. I'd give the world to have
more thing to say. Your voice is just a whisper now inside my aching chest, but I carry you with every breath. They say hearts don't truly break, but mine cracks with each day's wake. I still see your smile in the rain. You were gone too soon, like a flower in the snow. I still search for signs and places we would go. In every dusk, in every silent afternoon, you live inside the light of the moon. Gone too soon, but never too far. And the love is stronger than goodbye, and I'll find you past the sky. In dreams, in stars, in everywhere. You're gone too soon, but love holds what we lose. I'll keep your name in every wound I choose. Gone too soon, but you're still my tune. Forever you in all I do.
Everybody, thank you for being here. And together we support one another. And there's always hope, always, as Mayor Kelly said. So everybody go home. Hope you enjoyed tonight. And we're going to let go of our balloons as you do. I know we're not going high. So I don't know. Tommy's going to kill me when he's got to take them all down tomorrow. So if you'd like to say the name of the person that you have lost, please release your balloon and do that in your hearts and know that there's always tomorrow. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you.
Only presentation we have this evening, as we move on from the solemn ceremony of Black Balloon Day, we move to a more joyous occasion. This upcoming Saturday, March 7th at 1 p.m. we have our annual, I should say the Nutley Irish is putting on their annual St. Patrick's Day, Nutley St. Patrick's Day Parade. And as I said before, you guys make us look good because everyone thinks we put it on, but it's really, you guys deserve all the credit. And we're going to be honoring the honorees for the parade this year. And I'll turn this piece of the program over to Commissioner Tucci to read the resolution on behalf of all the honorees.
Yes, the mayor's absolutely right. This is a parade put on by the Nutley Irish, but we make it our own. So even though we may not be helping you every step of the way, we're with you every step of the way and supporting everything that you do. So having said that, whereas on Saturday, March 7, 2026, the Nutley Irish American Association will hold its 47th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade to celebrate the legend and spirit of St. Patrick through a fun-filled, good old-fashioned parade and to promote an atmosphere of benevolence, friendship, and community spirit. Whereas St. Patrick's Day honors the cultural traditions of the Irish, but also the historic American commitment to embrace the multifaceted traditions of all immigrant people who have come to our shores. And whereas the Nutley Irish American Association celebrated its annual St. Patrick's Day Parade Grand Marshal Dinner on Saturday, February 7, 2026 at the Brownstone in Patterson. And whereas this year's Grand Marshal is Steve Blank, and whereas this year's Deputy Grand Marshal is Noel Lenahan, whereas this year's Parade Queen is Victoria Keeley, and whereas this year's Member of the Year is Catherine Bennett, and whereas this year's Firefighter of the Year is Brandon Griffith, now therefore be resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Town of Nutley and the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, join with the citizens of Nutley to salute and congratulate Grand Marshal Steve Blank, Deputy Grand Marshal Noel Lenahan, Firefighter of the Year Brandon Griffith, Member of the Year Catherine Bennett, and Parade Queen Victoria Keeley as they are honored here tonight. I'm very proud of them.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca?
Aye.
Mayor Kelly?
Aye. Commissioner Evans, I'll let you take first honors.
Well, I don't have a comment, I'm just wondering if it should be.
Well, as I said at the Grand Marshal dinner, every one of you is a great representation of Irish heritage, and I couldn't be happier to see each and every one of you leading us down Franklin Avenue in a representation of that Irish heritage. And I'm super excited for this year's parade, and I can't wait to celebrate with each and every one of you this Saturday. Congratulations again.
As well, it looks like Saturday's gonna have some beautiful weather. It'll be a great day for a walk. I always look forward to walking in the parade. It's a great time. I always find myself there to parade, hunting down a place where I get that sandwich. But this year, I won't be walking in the parade. I will be in Lake Placid with my grandson, who's in a hockey tournament. So grandpa's gonna be with his grandson watching 5 hockey games between Thursday afternoon and Sunday.
Wow.
Wish him luck, but I'll be with you in spirit this year.
Guess I'm next. So the Nutley Irish not only put on, in my opinion, the best parade in the state of New Jersey, but it's what they do behind the scenes that people are not always aware of. You know, whether it's the Greater Nutley Cancer Fund that they're raising money for, whether it's stuffing a bus for sick children that are in hospitals, and many, many other activities that they're involved in. This is a superior group of people. Deidre, I know you're here. I'm going to ask you to come up and say something on behalf of the Irish Bunch of Commissioners have done. But I couldn't be prouder to be part of your organization, to help you in any way that I can, and to continue to support you because your group is one of the cornerstones of this township, and you make us all proud. And on Sunday, we'll all be wearing our green, and we'll all be smiling to support every Irish person, every person that wants to be Irish. All right. This St. Patrick's Day. So congratulations.
Thanks, son.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Scarpelli.
Congratulations to all the honorees and to the parade committee. They always put on a great show. We're gonna have cooperation of the weather and with the cooperation of the Parks Department. There's no more snow anywhere along the parade route. So DPW and Parks Department working together, we took care of that. And the weather will take care of the rest of it. So we're gonna have a great day.
Thank you. Commissioner Petracca.
Yes, I would just like to say congratulations to all of you. I know it's my favorite day of the year. I usually have to Uber back and forth to my house for some reason. But I've been very fortunate. That's not gonna say. Yes. But I have to tell you, through the years, I've been very fortunate. You know, Mauro has always called me up to the mic at your event. The mayor called me up this year. And I have to tell you, I say the same thing, and maybe I just crack myself up. But I think it's just hilarious that a guy named Petracca was speaking at an Irish event. But you guys welcome me every year with everybody else, and it's just a fantastic thing that you guys do all year round, and the parade is just the icing on the cake. I'm happy, and the police officers, who we have one of our finest right there tonight, are happy to do help you guys out, with posters and all this stuff, so. We'll be there, I'm looking forward to it, and this year I'm not gonna drink on an empty stomach, I'm gonna make sure I eat before I come. Thank you so much.
And make sure you follow Commissioner Petracco's example and don't drink and drive. Get an Uber. I don't think we have anything else, so we'll bring up Deidre.
Thank you, Commissioner Tucci, for doing this for our honorees every year. It's really something special that we can show them how much the town appreciates their efforts that they've done throughout their lives, really, to honor our heritage. And I really do thank all of you. One, for the snow cleanup, which is incredible. One of the towns had to postpone their parade because they just could not get this massive amount of snow cleared up. And when I saw those bulldozers cleaning off those sidewalks, I was like, all right, we're good. So it's so appreciated. The clerk's office, the public works, the police department, the fire department, like everybody, the parks department, everybody helps us do this every single year. And it's just so incredible. And it's so heartwarming to be such a part of a community. I don't know if you know this, but our Grand Marshal this year, Stevie Blank, actually helped to start the Nutley Irish and the Nutley St. Patrick's Day parade in 1979. So we are grateful for him for all of his work that he put in the beginning, along with your grandfather, or else we wouldn't even be here right now. So I thank you all, and I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. Thank you.
Before we do the picture, does any of the honorees want to come up and say anything?
I'm shy.
He needs having a microphone.
Oh, what's that, a microphone?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna go see Joe first. Oh, you got it? Good. Oh, no. Oh, yes, of course. I will certainly do so. No, it's, quite an honor for me because, as Deirdre said, I helped start this, 48 years ago with the halfway down the Franklin Avenue. We could only do it at that point. But then I was 21 years old at the time, and here we are. And I think I told the story, but if you didn't hear it, 21 years ago, I had blonde hair, blue eyes, built. Now I'm bald and bloodshot, but that's okay. But as I said, it's a great honor for me. I haven't been in the town in quite a few years, but there was my formative years here at St. Mary's and Nutley High School and William Patterson College. So I have a lot of good memories here, and I'll always carry them close to my heart. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Do any of the other honorees want to say anything, or do you just want to take the picture?
You want me to talk for them too? I'll say a couple more words.
All right, let's take the picture then.
All right. Let's take a picture.
I guess now is a great time to continue now that all of our guests have left. Where did we leave off? Reports. I see we have a number of reports on for this evening. I guess we'll start with Commissioner Tucci.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I have a shade tree report for the month of January 2026.
And we'll go to Commissioner Evans.
Yes, and Mayor, I have a report for December 25, the fourth quarter of 25, and the annual report for 2020.
Excellent. And Commissioner Petracca.
I have my public safety report from October all the way to January for some reason, but you have.
Excellent. And bills, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Bill list for March 3rd, 2026. Public Affairs, $848,386.29. Revenue and Finance, $14,303,230.94. Public Safety, $147,842.09. Public Works, $157,705.96. Parks and Public Property, $1,690,215.62. Water and Sewer Utility, $82,557.15. Payroll for Friday, February 13th, 2026. Regular payroll total, $1,228,001.35. Overtime payroll total, $67,504.46. Total payroll, $1,295,505.81. Payroll sheet for Friday, February 27, 2026. Overtime payroll total, $69,132.84. Total payroll, $1,045,043.39, for a grand total of $19,570,487.25.
Move the bills. Second.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca?
Aye.
Mayor Kelly?
Aye.
And that's it for bills.
Thank you. At this time, we'll have public comment on agenda items only. This is public comment for agenda items only. If you have any comments on the agenda items only, you may approach this microphone and state your name for the record. Seeing none, Board of Commissioner announcements. Commissioner Evans.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have one announcement. We were able to sell the bond anticipation note for 777, the annual rollover. We rolled it over for $7,250,000 less than the $8 million originally, for a net interest cost for 1 year of 2.3%.
Excellent.
Great.
Thank you. Commissioner Tucci,
I'm good, Mayor. Thank you.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Thank you, Mayor. Since our last meeting, we had a couple of storms, and glad to say that the Public Works Department, the men and women were out there working hard. We had both storms. I think we worked almost 24 hours, up breaks in between, but 24 hours out there fighting the storms. And I have to say, compared to our surrounding municipalities, we were in much better shape. So I'd like to congratulate those men and women for their hard work. And I just think that when it comes to snow removal, Township of Nutley does a great job all the way around.
Yes, and I completely agree with that, especially compared to some of our surrounding communities. Nutley stands way above the rest. So congratulations to your department and thank you for all their hard work.
Thank
Commissioner Petracca?
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is I'd like to thank Commissioner Tucci and all his staff for hosting this meeting. Much better than I thought. Really, looks like a town hall. So thank you, Mauro, for that, Frank, and all everybody for setting this up. A little bit of good news in public safety is that I am very, very proud to announce that for the last couple of months, we haven't had any break-ins to our homes. With these car fobs and, people trying to gain entry. So I just wanted to thank you for all your support, for doing the right thing by our budget. We did make changes to, to our staffing, switching people on the shifts, this and that. And I have to tell you, it's been really marvelous because the state of New Jersey, can't claim the same. So, hopefully it stays quiet. But I want to thank the residents as well. If you see something, say something. Don't be afraid to call the cops. Be proactive. And thank you so much for locking your doors at home and locking your cars up. So that's a bit of good news from public safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And I agree. Let's not get complacent. Let's continue to keep up the good work. We just had the Black Balloon Day celebration, but March is also Women's History Month, and the Department of Public Affairs and Health will be putting on a number of events throughout the month, culminating in our open mic night at Old Canal Inn on March 26th. And that's an open mic night for any women of all ages, whether you're 5 or 95. If you have a talent and you want to showcase it, you're more than welcome to come to our open mic night and showcase your talents, and we want to celebrate you. That's all I have for this evening. I think we'll roll into ordinance introduction, starting with Commissioner Scarpelli or Commissioner Evans.
Thanks, Commissioner. This is ordinance number 3606, an ordinance to amend an ordinance codified in the code. Township of Nutley, Chapter 685, entitled Water, particularly Article 1, Regulations and Rates. I move this ordinance be passed to a second reading, advertised in the Nutley Sun, together with the notice required by law, and that for further consideration of said ordinance for final passage by the Board of Commissioners be held in second reading on April 7th, 2026. Move the ordinance. Just for clarity, we are facing some increases from our water purveyors. Passaic Valley is increasing their rate by 7.3%. North Jersey by 8.87%. We have increase in health care as the township is facing, and that's also picked up by the utility on their employees, and our pension and social security has increased. So those are the increases, and this basically on the water side includes some fees that have increased, the minimums have increased, and the rate is increased by 8%.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye. All right, the next one we have on for this evening is an ordinance number 3607, also Commissioner Scarpelli.
This is an ordinance to amend the ordinance codified in the Code of Township of Nutley, Chapter 585, entitled Sewer, particularly Article 7, Rates. What we're doing here is we are averaging, last year we averaged the third quarter. We're going to average the third and fourth quarter based on the, it just seems to be fairer for people who do water. That we average those because the third quarter kind of goes from September, October, November. Even though we bill in December, it's for the three preceding months. So there is some overlap in watering, and we found that this will be a little bit fair. Again, Passaic Valley Sewage, they're increasing our rate by 7.23%. Pension and healthcare increasing, and so this reflects some of those changes. Move that this ordinance be passed to a second reading, advertised in the Nutley Sun, together with the notice required by law, and that further consideration of said ordinance for final passage and Board of Commissioners be held in second reading on April 7th, 2026.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
I would just comment that we'll continue to see, as long as our sewer providers and our water providers continue to increase their rates at the levels that they're at. The utility used to be in a position where you could sort of stabilize it and adjust rates every 5 years. You know, we raised this last time, is that in the current environment where costs are continually going up, we have no choice but to pay those bills because it's based on consumption and processing and treatment. We have no choice. So, you know, and the environment that we're in will cause us to probably look at another rate adjustment next year until the environment changes. Because we're not, and Commissioner Scarpelli, you and your team have worked hard to try and moderate the cost increase so that we no longer have the ability to do a larger rate increase and adjust every 5 years because the costs are going up so rapidly. We're doing our best to absorb as much as we can and only increase the rate to the extent that's absolutely necessary. So I vote aye, but we're in a difficult environment as it relates to the sources of water as well as the treatment of our sewage.
Commissioner Tucci?
I'm happy to see that we're averaging anything that makes this building less impactful. I support, so I happily vote aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Kelly?
Aye. Moving on, we have ordinance number 3608 by Commissioner Evans.
Yes, and Mayor, we're going to table this ordinance. There's an outstanding question related to one of the categories of warehousing that I think needs to be resolved. I do think we can get it pretty much addressed, to 24 to 48 hours. So I would also request that we continue the meeting to allow for us to introduce this ordinance, later this week.
All right, we can address that at the appropriate time. Also, Commissioner Evans, 3609.
Yes, we have been subject to damage on our municipal property related to the winter and the heaviness of the snow and ice, which has affected the roof on Town Hall as well as the roof at DPW garage, requiring extensive repairs on an urgent basis. So I'm introducing an ordinance to fund the cost of those repairs that are urgently needed. The ordinance is a funded ordinance in the amount of $395,000. I move I move that this ordinance be passed to a second reading and advertised in the Nutley Sun together with the notice required by law, and that further consideration of said ordinance for final passage by the Board of Commissioners be held at its second reading on April 7th, 2026. So move.
Second.
Commissioner Evans? Commissioner Tucci?
Before I vote, there's just one thing I want to add to that. We had that roof evaluated by both our internal experts, Dave Berry, our code enforcement officer, I believe Carl Tennell also went down with him, and also an outside expert. We had Joe Haynes and a certified architect go down there to take a look at it and do an inspection for us, just to be totally sure that this is absolutely an emergency and something that needs to be addressed immediately. I vote aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
I especially vote aye.
Anything that
As
stops
the-
the leaks.
As my umbrella in the office is, doing heavy duty work.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Kelly?
Aye.
Commissioner, I feel your pain, having had to vacate my office.
I think we're done with ordinances unless I missed one. So we'll move on to resolutions. Commissioner Evans.
Thank you. My first resolution is number 4326. That should be mine versus Commissioner Tucci. Whereas the Township of Nutley received sealed bids for surplus equipment no longer in use by the township on February 24, 2026, whereas Gerard Tucci, 122 Hillside Avenue, was the highest bidder for a Can-Am 2020 Defender in the amount of $200. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that this surplus item be sold to the highest bidder, Gerard Tucci. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
I abstain.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Kelly?
I just want to emphasize that this was done through the sealed bidding process administered by the clerk's office. I vote aye.
Thank you, Mayor. Correct. Whereas New Jersey Statute 54:4-3.30 provides that war veterans who are honorably discharged from active service in a time of war in any branch of the armed forces of the United States who have been or shall be declared by the United States Veterans Administration to be 100% totally and permanently disabled, connected from their wartime service, a full tax exemption of their dwelling and the lot on which it is situated, whereas the following taxpayer has filed an application for allowance of a full exemption with proper supporting documentation, thus making the taxpayer eligible. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that Todd Roth be granted full exemption from the payment of property taxes from February 4th, 2026, and all subsequent years thereafter on the property identified as Block 7303, Lot 16, known as 70 Evergreen Avenue. And be further resolved that the treasurer is hereby authorized to refund $2,654.85 for 2026 property taxes. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Thank you for your service. Aye.
My next resolution, 3426, is a resolution of Township Board of Commissioners of the Township authorizing a contract with the Banker Group for services related to the review and preparation of fiscal and financial impacts for various redevelopment projects within the township. Whereas the scope of such financial impact analysis and related consulting services includes a collaboration with potential redevelopers and the professionals on preparation of fiscal impact statements and analysis for such redevelopment projects, which services can be provided by the Banker Group at a cost and contract amount not to exceed $35,000. Whereas the Banker Group has completed and submitted a business entity disclosure certification, which certifies that the firm has not made any reportable contributions or political candidate or candidate committee in the township in the previous 1 year, and that would violate NJSA 19:44A 20.5 or any other relevant executive orders or the New Jersey Election Law Enforcement Commission disclosure requirements, and that the appointment will bar the Banker Group from making any reportable contributions through the term of the appointment. Whereas funds will be available from account 601-226-205 and will be certified by the Chief Financial Officer subject to the adoption of the 2026 municipal budget. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley in accordance with the local public contracts law. The board hereby authorizes and approves a contract to the Banker Group for professional financial impact analysis and related consulting services to various redevelopment projects in the township at a cost and contract amount not to exceed $35,000. The contract term shall be from February 7th, 2026 through February 6th, 2027. The mayor and clerk are hereby authorized and directed to execute, seal, and deliver said contract for professional services on behalf of and in the name of the township. That further resolved that the business disclosure certification and business entity disclosure of campaign contributions be placed on file, and a copy of this resolution shall be published as required by law within 10 days of its passage. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley in the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, the treasurer is hereby authorized to refund overpayment of tax charges in the amount of $9,649.60 for the lots and blocks included in the resolution. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley County of Essex, State of New Jersey, the treasurer being is hereby authorized to refund overpayment of property taxes in the amount of $13,673.62 for the lots and blocks listed in the resolution. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that in accordance with the provisions of RS 48:4-58, the following transfers of appropriation in the 2025 appropriation reserves be and the same are hereby authorized and approved. Treasurers O&E $30,000, municipal election O&E $50,000 for a total of $80,000. Transfer to annual audit O&E for $80,000. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
My next resolution is a reclassification of expenditures that were originally charged to a capital account that belong in an operating account. My resolution should be read in conjunction with the resolution for the transfer that Commissioner Tucci will read shortly. Whereas several payments were recorded incorrectly and need to be reclassified to accurately reflect expenditures as set forth below, now therefore be resolved by the Township of Nutley County of Essex State of New Jersey that the Chief Financial Officer Treasurer is hereby authorized to reclassify the following payments as indicated below from Capital Ordinance C 0455185402 for a total amount of $176,320.28 to account 501-508-203 for the same amount. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Whereas the New Jersey statutes 48:419 provide that where debt service and statutory expenditures to be paid in 2026 prior to the time of the final adoption of the 26 budget, temporary appropriation shall be made for such debt service and statutory expenditures in a manner and time provided therein. Whereas debt service and statutory expenses will become due during the first 6 months of 2026. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley that the following additional temporary appropriation be made: payment of the bond anticipation note, $8 million, interest on the bond anticipation note, $339,055.55 for a total current debt of $8,339,055.55. Be it further resolved that in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 48:419, the Chief Financial Officer is hereby authorized to make the above appropriation. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Whereas Jamie Ardenese, Artizon, the double Z always hangs me up, was custodian of the Revenue Finance Department Petty Cash Fund, and whereas in accordance with NJSA 40:5-21, the township is changing the custodian to Denise Confone, whereas Denise Confone is bonded in the amount of $10 million by virtue of a surety bond. Now therefore be resolved by the Township of Nutley County of Essex hereby authorizes such action. Electronic copies of this resolution be filed with the Division of Local Governmental Services, New Jersey Department of Community Affairs for approval. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans. Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Oh, I'm sorry, 10,000. Okay. I've been working in millions all day. So, yes, I apologize. Thank you for helping me. My last resolution is a resolution of the Township Commissioners of the Township of Nutley authorizing a change order for professional services with the contract for Inglesino Taylor LLC as counsel for the Township of Nutley concerning compliance, procedural, and general legal issues. Whereas more fully addressed in Resolution 291-24, the Township has entered into a professional services contract with Inglesino Taylor LLC as counsel for the Township. Whereas change order number 3 is needed in the amount of $17,799.58 to continue these legal services for the remainder of 2025. Whereas funds are available in account 501-02-205 in the amount of $17,799.58 and has been certified by the Chief Financial Officer. Said certification being attached to this resolution, now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners in the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that change order number 3 is hereby authorized and approved in the same amount. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution shall be placed on file with the clerk of the township and a notice in accordance with local public contracts law of New Jersey in the form attached to hereto shall be published in the Nutley Sun. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracca.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Evans. Commissioner Tucci.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Whereas the Township of Nutley has a need to acquire specialized professional services as a non-fair and open contract pursuant to the provision of NJSA 19:44A-20.4, And whereas the Township of Nutley through the Department of Parks and Public Property has a need to acquire specialized and professional services for wetland evaluation, permitting, and consulting services related to Memorial Park. And whereas the anticipated term of this contract is for 12 months from the date of contract award. And whereas Veridian Environmental Consultants, P.O. Box 3009, Upper Montclair, New Jersey, has submitted a proposal indicating they will provide such services for a sum not to exceed $9,400. And whereas Veridian Environmental Consultants has completed and submitted a business entity disclosure certification, which certifies that said corporation has not made any reportable contributions to a political or candidate committee in the Township of Nutley in the previous 1 year, and that the contract will prohibit Veridian Environmental Consultants from making any reportable contributions to the term of the contract. Whereas funds are available from account C-04-55-186-403 in the amount of $9,400 and have been certified by the Chief Financial Officer, said certification being attached to this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of Township of Nutley County of Essex State of New Jersey enter into a contract with Veridian Environmental Consultants as described herein, and be it further resolved that the business disclosure entity certification and the determination of value be placed on file with this resolution. Be it further resolved that a notice of this action shall be printed once in the Nutley Sun in accordance with local public contracts law. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye.
Whereas the Township of Nutley has a need to acquire specialized professional services as a non-fair and open contract pursuant to the provision of NJSA 19:44A-20.4. And whereas the Township of Nutley through the Department of Parks and Public Property has a need to acquire specialized and professional services for architectural services with respect to renovations to the Nutley Fire Department Station 2, 119 Chestnut Street, including the first floor bathroom and decon shower room, second floor kitchen, bathroom, and dormitory. And whereas Dasa Haynes Architectural Group LLC, 74 East Passaic Avenue, Nutley, New Jersey, has submitted a proposal indicating they will provide such services for a sum not to exceed $10,900. And whereas Dasa Haynes Architectural Group LLC has completed and submitted a business entity disclosure certification which certifies that said corporation has not made any reportable contributions to a political or candidate committee in the Township of Nutley in the previous 1 year, and that the contract will prohibit Dasa Haynes from making any reportable contributions to the term of the contract. Whereas funds are available from account C-04-55-186-406 in the amount of $10,900 and have been certified by the Chief Financial Officer, said certification being attached to this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of Township of Nutley County of Essex State of New Jersey enter into a contract with Dasa Haynes Architectural Group as described herein. Be it further resolved that the business disclosure entity certification and the determination of value will be placed on file with this resolution. And be it further resolved that a notice of this action shall be printed once in the Nutley Sun in accordance with local public contracts law. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
I do feel that the renovations are necessary for the fire department. However, I do have some concerns with the architectural group, and so I'm voting no.
All right, whereas the Department of Parks and Public Property determined due to unforeseen circumstances, families had to cancel participation in programs offered, and whereas the Department of Parks and Public Property has determined the need to refund families, now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the treasurer be and is hereby authorized to refund payments for recreation programs in the amounts listed below. For our neighbors at 510 Old Mill Road in Easton, Pennsylvania, for basketball, our faraway neighbors, in the amount of $65 for the year 2026. And for 7 William Street, the Joy of Music program in the amount of $35 for 2023, a little delayed action there. I move the resolution.
Second.
Sorry. Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye.
Whereas the Township of Nutley has an eminent need to enter into an emergency contract in accordance with local public contracts law 40A:11-6, titled Emergency Contract to replace the flat roof on the Department of Public Works garage and a portion of the roof on Town Hall. And whereas the DPW garage is over 35 years old and has experienced significant winter storm damage resulting in widespread leaks impacting on the welfare of employee office and garage workspace, expensive tool storage areas, and has raised concerns related to the structural integrity. And whereas the town hall roof was severely impacted by storm damage causing significant leakage and a safety risk resulting in the removal of personnel. Whereas in accordance with local public contracts law 40A:11-6, the Director of Parks and Public Property requested determination of the roof's condition by the township construction official who has advised the commissioner and notified the purchasing agent in writing of the emergency condition of the roof in addition to an outside architect. And whereas Gabriel Roofing and Siding, 125 Kensal Avenue, Nutley, New Jersey, has the ability to perform the work on an emergent basis at a cost not to exceed $395,000. And whereas funds are available in capital account C-04-55-362-000 in the amount of $395,000 and have been certified by the Chief Financial Officer, said certification being attached to this resolution, subject to the adoption of Capital Ordinance number 3609. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley authorizes the Commissioner of Parks and Public Property and the municipal clerk to enter into an emergency contract in accordance with local public contracts law 40A:11-6 with Gabriel Roofing and Siding at a cost not to exceed $395,000. Be it further resolved that this contract award is subject to the outstanding compliance documents to be provided by the contractor. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Evans,
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco,
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry, you got one
We
more?
have one more.
Wasn't in it. All righty. Be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, and State of New Jersey, that in accordance with the provision of RS 40A:4-58, the following transfer of appropriations in the 2025 appropriation reserves be and same are hereby authorized and approved. And, for the Department of Parks and Public Property from other insurance premiums, $176,320.28 to public buildings and grounds, other expenses, and a like amount. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye.
Now that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Scarpelli?
Nothing on the agenda tonight.
Thank you.
Mayor?
I guess we'll go to Commissioner Petracco then.
Yes, thank you. Be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley County of Essex, New Jersey, that in accordance with the provisions RS 40A:4-58, the following transfers of appropriations in 2025 appropriation reserves be and the same are hereby authorized and approved from municipal court, 5,000 to municipal court e-ticketing program, fire department salary and wage, 3,000 to fire clothing maintenance for a total of $8,000. I move it.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye.
Whereas on February 17, 2026, a memorandum of agreement was reached between the Township of Nutley and the Nutley FMB Local 44 and Local 44A. Whereas the Township of Nutley desires to enter into a one-year contract with FMBA Local 44 and Local 44A in accordance with the terms and conditions outlined in the memorandum of agreement. Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the Township of Nutley be is hereby authorized to enter into a contract with FMBA Local 44 and 44A in accordance with the terms and conditions set forth in the memorandum of agreement signed on February 17, 2026, and in form approved by council. I move it. Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye. All right, thank you, Commissioner Petracco. I have
Thank
four
you.
resolutions on for this evening. As I indicated earlier during Board of Commissioner announcements, March is Women's History Month. The first one I have on for this evening is resolution number 5126. Whereas in 1988, the month of March was designated by the United States Congress as National Women's History Month. Whereas Women's History Month began as a local week-long celebration in Santa Rosa, California in 1978, the Education Task Force of Sonoma County Commission on the Status of Women planned the week and timed it with International Women's Day. Whereas the 2026 Women's History Month theme designated by the National Women's History Alliance is Leading the Change, Women Shaping a Sustainable Future. Whereas this theme was chosen to expand the understanding of sustainability and celebrate the diverse contributions of women who are leading sustainability efforts across environmental, economic, educational, and social justice movements. And therefore, it be resolved, the Board of Commissioners in the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, call upon all citizens of Nutley to observe the month of March 2026 as National Women's History Month, at which time we encourage all residents to recognize the courageous and powerful women, past, present, who have rendered service to our nation, our state, and our township. Be it further resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley call upon citizens of Nutley to observe International Women's Day, Friday, March 8th, this Friday, a global day celebrating the economic, political, and social achievements of women past, present, and future since 1911. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Kelly?
Aye. The next one I have on is a resolution for a change order. This is a resolution of the Township Commissioners of the Township of Nutley authorizing a change order for the professional services contract with Inglesino Taylor LLC as counsel for the Township of Nutley concerning Special Development Council. Whereas for more fully addressed in resolution number 37624, the Township of Nutley has entered into a professional service contract with Inglesino Taylor LLC as counsel for the Township regarding Special Development Council. Whereas change order number 2 is needed in the amount of $7,375.05 to continue these special development legal services for the remainder of 2025. Whereas the funds are available in count number 5-01-226-205 in the amount of $7,375.05 and have been certified by the Chief Financial Officer. Said certification being attached to this resolution, now therefore it be resolved by the Board of Commissioners, Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that change order number 2 is hereby authorized and approved in the amount of $7,375.05. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution shall be placed on file with the clerk of the Township of Nutley, and a notice in accordance with the local public contracts law of New Jersey in the form attached hereto shall be published in the Nutley Sun. And I omitted the fact that I read this on behalf of the entire Board of Commission. Move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Evans?
It's okay, you can take it all. You can- Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Kelly?
Aye. The next one is also designating the month of March as a observance month. This is colorectal cancer awareness month, and this is a rising cancer, especially in younger adults. So most people don't realize the powers that be in the medical industry have lowered the age for your first colonoscopy from 50 to 45, and lowered it all the way to 40 if you have a family history with colon cancer. I had my first colonoscopy recently, and they did find one polyp. So I do encourage everyone to go out and get their colon cancer colonoscopy screened to avoid a very preventable cancer. Whereas colorectal cancer, or CRC, is refers to as colon cancer and rectal cancer, in which is the second deadliest and fourth most common cancer in the United States. Whereas 158,850 new cases of CRC are expected in 2026. And whereas among people under 50, CRC is now the #1 cause of cancer death in men and the #2 in women in the United States. Whereas individuals at an increased risk may need to get screened earlier, especially if they have a condition like Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or a family history of colorectal cancer. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, on behalf of the residents of the Township of Nutley, do hereby recognize the month of March 2026 as Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and urge all Nutley residents to seek assistance in obtaining facts and information about early detection and prevention. The Nutley Department of Public Affairs and Health, in partnership with the Hackensack Meridian Mountainside Medical Center, will be offering free colorectal cancer education and easy detect kits on March 19th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Registration is not required. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Kelly?
Aye. And the last one I have on for this evening is another observance for the month of March, observing the month of March as National Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Whereas in 1987, President Reagan recognized March as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month to increase public awareness of the needs and potential of Americans with developmental disabilities and to provide the encouragement and opportunities they need to lead productive lives and achieve their full potential. Whereas this observance serves as the platform to celebrate the achievements of individuals with developmental disabilities, advocate for their rights, and promote understanding within the communities, and encourage inclusive practices in schools, workplaces, and public spaces. Whereas the Township of Nutley is committed to enhancing the lives of our disabled community, in particular, the 21 and older population that is looking to gain meaningful employment through the Rise Beyond Committee, a group comprised of organizations and individuals seeking to assist these individuals in their quest for independence. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, recognize March 2026 as National Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month and urge all residents of the Township of Nutley to join them in recognizing our fellow citizens with such disabilities with both encouragement and opportunities necessary to lead productive lives to achieve their full potential. And if any employer out there is looking to get involved with the Rise Beyond Committee, feel free to reach out to the health department as there are a number of individuals with developmental disabilities looking to have meaningful employment in their lives. I move the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye. At this time, we have the meeting open to the public. Anyone wishing to address the Board of Commissioners may approach the microphone and state your name for the record. First, thank you for waiting through a very long meeting.
No problem. I know those numbers can be so titillating. Sorry, I'm a musician, so I gotta fix the mic. Anyway, hi, my name is Mark White. I'm just gonna call this overnight, what I'm gonna be discussing for the next 4 minutes. Overnight parking for residents, a path forward. That's just what I want to call it. Okay. In the next 4 minutes, I'm gonna say the word confused a lot, so just bear with me. I come to you today on behalf of the residents of Nutley Garden Apartments, a residential community consisting of 200 apartments. Over the last 3.5 years, I have lived there, and within that last year, I got my first car. The day I drove home after being in a dealership for longer than anyone should, I parked on the street in front of my apartment. The next day, I woke up to my very first ticket, $24. Confused by it, I went to the management office, curious about it, and was told I can't park on the street overnight in Nutley and that it's been a rule since forever. And I just have to fill out a form online, and anytime I park overnight on the street. They also provided a parking pass for me for their parking lot during that conversation. A few days later, I came home after 7 p.m. to find no parking spots available in the parking lots provided. I figured maybe it was just a busy day, so I do as management instructed, and I fill out the form online. As I'm filling out the form, I notice only 2 options available: construction and visitor. Strange. I know I'm not a visitor, so I just click construction and I submit the form. The next day, I wake up to yet another $24 ticket. As I'm outside, I see my neighbor pulling the ticket off of his car, and I say to him, I don't get it. I filled out the form. He tells me how he was confused as well and went to the police precinct last week to see if they can provide some clarity. He said he was confused by their answer because they told him it doesn't matter. That answer didn't seem right to me, so I took it upon myself to go to the precinct to get some resolve. An officer informed me that this form is only for visitors and that it doesn't apply to the residents, adding layers to the confusion. Puzzled by that answer, I went back to the management company and relayed the message. They were confused as well, since it has been JCM Living Management's standard practice to tell residents this for years. For the next few months, I felt stuck between a rock and a hard place, seeing ticket after ticket given multiple times a week to the block surrounding Nutley Garden Apartments, around 40 to 60 tickets per night. I counted. I spent time speaking to the residents in Nutley Garden Apartments. Some of them have been there for a decade, telling me stories of how they wanted to downsize, so they sold their house and they moved there. I spoke to residents who were first-time parents and even current students at Seton Hall University. In conversations, I even spoke to past residents who lived through this convoluted parking experience over a decade ago, hearing stories of retired veterans saying how If they leave their house after sunset, they try to ask someone to pick them up, or they call an Uber or a taxi because they don't want to use their own car to come back home, to not find a parking spot and wake up to a ticket in the morning. It was heartbreaking and weird. When asked, has anyone told the town about this issue? The answers were, they'll never change. People have brought it up before, but it's always been like this. Nothing about that answer settled right with me. To be clear, I understand that the rule was originally implemented to protect the residents of Nutley during a time when it was not so safe, also for things such as snow removal. But there are other ways to tackle those same issues. I started looking into the parking and zoning laws for residential establishments in Nutley, utilizing the Open Public Records Act to see if JCM Living Management, the owner of Nutley Garden Apartments, was in compliance with the town parking laws to provide enough spots for its residents, and even corresponded with David Berry, the zoning officer for the town. To summarize what I found, there are 200 apartments in Nutley Garden Apartments with a combination of 1 and 2 bedrooms and 100 free parking spots. You could easily see the issue. But when talking to the zoning officer, because the buildings were built over 80 years ago before the zoning laws were established, they are essentially excluded from them, which means we have no path forward. And for years, renters have paid the price for a rule that was meant to protect those very same people. Now, I know that my time for public comment is brief, so I'm going to end here. But the purpose of me coming today was to ask for the people that we voted for direction, because we are a part of this town too.
First, I want to thank you for coming, and thank you for being cognizant of the time when not everyone comes here and follows that rule. I do want to turn it over to Commissioner Stracco, who is our public safety director.
First of all, thank you for waiting so long too. You seem like a fine young man, you're very well spoken, and I see you went through a lot of effort. The overnight parking has been in place since, way before I was a kid. We did entertain some different issues, some type of resolutions that forward here. I mean, it's pretty much most people forward, but it's the board's opinion that we do not want to change overnight parking. The thing about your spiel, and if you have a problem, getting information at the police department, I could definitely help you navigate through that, because we are here to serve the people and want your questions answered. It's this hits me the wrong way, like with the apartments, and I grew up on Park Ave right up here next to all those parking apartments, and I've received many of the overnight parking tickets myself, growing up in that area. But it just strikes me the wrong way when people are renting those apartments, that you guys find out about the rules of Nutley after the fact, right? I mean, I think they should be a little transparent themselves and say, there's no overnight parking in Nutley this way, then you could pick, your spot. The only recommendations I could give you at this time is, which I've told many people, and they kind of leave the meeting shaking their head, but I know the area you're in very well, and you're not the first person to come here from there. I mean, the thing that I recommend all the time, if you have elderly people living in that area, if you make a little deal with them, maybe you could park in their driveway to alleviate your issue yourself. I know it sounds like a long shot, but it works, because a lot of the people that are up in their years, if they're not driving, they like to keep a car in the driveway, make sure people know they're home. I know that on Center and Union Avenue, a little bit of a walk for you, that there's, this old Getty gas station, you might be able to make a deal there, and then, kind of walking back and forth. But other than that, knocking on some doors. I mean, I know a lot of people from there park in Belleville because they don't have the restricted overnight parking, but again, I think that, and I don't know how long you're living there, but the pros to the overnight parking staying in place really outweigh, the benefit of changing it at this time. It gives our police department a very strong idea. If they see a car parked overnight, they do run the place, they do check it out, make sure that nobody breaks it into a home. things like that, with Commissioner Scarpelli, it really helps with the snow removal, so, I mean, if there's any other thing you like to talk about, I'm here and I'll be willing to talk about it, but that's kind of where I stand with that.
Okay, so the direction is to just, if I want to, because I want to continue this conversation. I didn't say everything, but I'm cognizant of the time. I would just direct all of my, sorry, questions to you.
Before you get to your questions, I think Commissioner Scarpelli wanted to add.
Yes, I just wanted to know if any of the, I don't know if you can hear me good, so let's speak loud. Any of the apartments, do they have garages?
Yeah, we have also 100 parking garages. They are $160 a month.
So not everybody has a garage.
Mhm.
It's $160 a month
Mhm.
for the extra for the garage.
Mhm.
How many apartments were there?
200. It's a combination of 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom.
And there's 100 parking spots, surface parking.
And there's 100 free parking spots, correct?
Potential of 200 spots.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's important to note that there are families that live in 1 bedrooms. It'll be like a mom and a dad, and they both have cars. And then there are 2 bedroom apartments as well. College kids live there as well with their roommates, etc. But yeah.
Yeah, I do want to add that we definitely hear you, and we don't want you to think we're dismissing you out of turn. If there is a way forward, it's something we can certainly discuss. But as Commissioner Petracco said, there's a lot of pros, especially in terms of safety for the entire community. But like I said, if there's a way forward, it's something that we can put our collective heads together to try and find a way forward if it's feasible. I don't want to give you a false sense of hope, but we do try and look at all avenues to try and make sure that we can ensure our residents are as happy as possible. But you said you had some additional questions.
Oh, no, I don't want to bring them up now for the sake of time. I'm saying I have a lot to say, but this is just the general summary. So I'm just going to direct it all to you. And then I guess somehow if it becomes an agenda item on another meeting, that would be great or something.
You could see my assistant Sam sitting there and she could exchange phone numbers and you could set up a meeting for her.
Okay, all right. That's all. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard? Seeing none, I do believe we have a need for executive, Mr. Bruno.
Mayor, we do have a need to go into closed session, discuss contract negotiations.
I will entertain a motion.
Such circumstances exist, and whereas the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley in the County of Essex and State of New Jersey desires to proceed to close executive session. And now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the Township of Nutley move into closed executive session to discuss contract negotiations. Be it further resolved that at the time when such discussions may be disclosed to the public shall be when and such disclosures may be made without adversely affecting the Township of Nutley, pending and or anticipated legal, personnel, contractual matters, and other matters within the exceptions provided for by statute. This resolution shall take effect immediately. Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci.
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli.
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco.
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Hi, and as Commissioner Evans alluded to earlier this evening, we won't be conducting any more business this evening, but we will be keeping the meeting open and reconvening at a later date. Do we want to decide that date now?
To say, Thursday.
Why don't we come back out and decide after executive?
Okay, we're going to go into executive session. The only business we will be conducting after executive, when we come back out here, is the announcement of when we will be reconvening the rest of the business portion of the meeting. just for everyone's situational awareness, that we'll make that announcement. And then our next meeting, our next full board meeting would be March 17th, 2026 at 7 p.m. again here in this room.
Today is, this is a continuation meeting for March 3rd. Today is March 5th and the time is 12:08. I'm going to do roll call. Commissioner Evans? Commissioner Tucci?
Here.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Here.
Commissioner Petracco?
Here.
Mayor Kelly? All
Present.
present, Mayor.
All right, this is a continuation from March 3rd. It's 12:08 p.m. I think we have a need for a brief executive session. Is that correct, Mr. Bruno?
I understand there may be some additional discussion that is needed on this, and we may or have a need to go into closed session under litigation.
If that's the case, then we have to wait a minute. We have to drop the link and change the link because we have other people on.
Okay.
Gentlemen. Okay, so
Can we, is Sal on? Is it possible to do a breakout room with just us?
Sal, are you there?
Stand by.
Stand by. Okay. I think I do. What is the, Jonathan, what are we going in for? I have to read something.
Litigation.
Litigation, okay.
So because we're in a webinar,
Yeah,
can't do that the way we have it set up, because it's a public meeting. It's the same link that we normally do on a commission meeting night.
okay. So what do you need us to do, Sal?
We'd have to shut this down and then give you guys your own meeting link.
Sal, can we leave this up and everybody goes into another link and we'll just come back out, or is that not possible?
Let me see, hold on.
He might not be able to do 2 Zooms at the same time. That's the problem, I
I
think.
understand.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't hear. Huh?
I think for right now, the easiest is gonna be to end this. You guys do an executive session in a separate link, and then we just come back on and start over.
Okay.
Type of
Okay,
thing.
so
But
Sal.
we can combine it. We combine the two stuff at the end of the day in it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so Sal, just send a link to the 6 of us,
Yep.
if you don't mind.
No problem doing that right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. We're ready. We are back from executive session. The time is now 12:37.
Okay, Mayor, would you like me to introduce this on behalf of Commissioner Evans?
Yes, please.
Okay,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
you're welcome. This is an ordinance to amend and revise Chapter 700 zoning of the Nutley Township Code. I move that this ordinance be passed to a second reading and advertised in the Nutley Sun, together with the notice required by law, and that further consideration of said ordinance for final passage by the Board of Commissioners be held at its second reading on April 7, 2026. I move the ordinance.
Second.
Commissioner Evans?
Aye.
Commissioner Tucci?
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli?
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco?
Aye.
Mayor Kelly?
Aye.
Thank you.
Have a good day, guys.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner
Ah,
Evans,
You beat me, Al.
Commissioner Tucci,
Aye.
Commissioner Scarpelli,
Aye.
Commissioner Petracco,
Aye.
Mayor Kelly.
Aye.
And the time is now 12:38.